Jumpstart with Jeff.
Very true.
Yeah, and we talk about this in that mastermind group. We're in a lot of people. There's like 3 money mountains.
Yes.
All entrepreneurs have to know, right?
Yes.
You got to know how to make money. You got to know how to keep money, and you got to grow money. Like restaurants are the exact same as doctors. You know how to make money.
Yes, exactly.
You're great at making money. I have restaurants that do $4 or $5 million in sales. They are great at making money. Now, keeping money, they do 1% profit.
Right.
Like you guys are not good at the keeping money part. And then growing money, your bank account is like on life support.
Right.
You don't know how to grow that money. You don't know how to like put stuff aside. You don't know how to invest in stocks and bonds and, how to make investments or smart investments and things like that. That's another reason why like you want to get into a coaching program that offers you those opportunities to learn all those skills that you're lacking.
True. And
anyone on this call, like listening to this thing, trust me, you have the hard skills.
Yes.
Down pat. Yeah. You know how to, you're probably the top of the game in your field as far as what you do. And you're probably top in your market for what you do too. Like a lot of my restaurant owners, they're the best at what they do in their market. Hard skills, soft skills, stress management, okay, time management, communication skills, right?
And the fact is,
emotional intelligence.
And then like you said, but also too, many are flying under the radar. Like I remember that's how I was operating for quite a long time, Donald, when I first, like I took all this continuing education. My skill set was super elevated.
Super high.
And yet I was seeing like 6, 7 new patients a month, which meant that I had to hit a home run on every one of those fucking patients just to be able to eat and just to be able to afford my bills. And that was just me taking care of me. That was before family. That was before anything else.
Think about that. Yeah.
I was like, holy cow, this is crazy. I felt like the guy all dressed up for prom. Like I had everything ready, but no date. I'm like, where's my date? When's my date showing up? And that's what I felt like,
I'm all dressed up for the party, but there's no one's like inviting me to the party.
And that's, I'm sure, how you felt with like when the older gentleman sat down and there was like one, one patron at the table there, And so you talk, Donald, about the owner trap, and why do you think like smart, driven owners keep building businesses that are more like a prison, and they're proud of, they're proud of that. Like this is like, I had to grind my way through this. And why do you think that is?
Yeah. Well, there's 3 reasons. And I always call this is the same reason like all businesses fail. 3 reasons. Ego, pride, and denial. Right there. It's like I call them the three demons of the apocalypse, of your business apocalypse. Ego, pride, and denial. Ego is that, and you've gotten some recognition. You put in the years, you went to the schools, you got the diplomas, you got the degrees. Hey man, look at me. Like me, I worked with some very prestigious chefs. I was an executive chef with Wolfgang Puck.
That's crazy.
I've been at the top of the game. I've done the Academy Awards. I've cooked for like most celebrities you probably name on A-listers. I've cooked for them before. My ego was so bad.
I'm sure.
And then of course pride. I don't need help. I can figure this out. I can do this on my own. I can figure this out. I'm a smart human being.
Yes.
I'm smart, man. Come on. I'm smart. I can figure this out.
Join the Limitless 90-day intensive to get 25 plus years of proven real-life results, all distilled into an unmatched experience that helps you create limitless power in 12 weeks or less, so you can ultimately take your practice, marriage, and life beyond the next level quickly. Save yourself decades of guesswork and painful mistakes. Apply now at www.limitlessdentistacademy.com.
Right? And then, of course, denial. We use softeners. Well, it's not that bad. It could be worse, right? And then what happens is those softeners just become excuses, and the excuses are a bunch of, I would say excuses are bullshit,
I used to laugh because, I've heard docs be like, well, it's February, and so Valentine's Day is coming up. And then, well, you know what? Now it's kind of March, April time, spring break's coming. And then, oh gosh, now it's summertime and we got summer break. And then, oh wow, hey, Halloween's right around the corner. And then, wow, now we got Thanksgiving, and wouldn't you know it, now Christmas is here too, or other holidays. So it's like, you've got an excuse for every time of the year, as opposed to just
everything.
Owning your
Restaurant
shit.
owners are the exact same way. And you know what I always tell them is that, and this is the biggest thing I've been pushing all my members on, is I tell them all facts over feelings.
Yes.
And I tell them all, is that like, well, it's that time of year. Is that a feeling or is that a fact? Because I'll tell you right now, and I tell all my owners this, everyone eats.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yes.
Like there's restaurants right now that are like, all my clients are up 20% over every, and I got people saying, oh man, the economy's, I'm down this. Where are you at? All my clients are up 20%. Why? Because we don't buy into that bullshit belief system that it's part of that year or it's a season.
Yes.
No, that just means I need to market differently.
Yes.
I need to tell my story more. Yes. I need to share why you should connect with me.
Yes. 100%.
Yeah.
I want to jump back to one thing where for somebody who's listening, because you've impacted me and you've impacted, whether you know it or not, my practice about culture. But what would you say to the doc or anybody that's listening who says, yeah, but culture doesn't pay the bills?
It does pay the bills. There is a correlation. I can give you hard data between culture and profitability.
Yes.
Yeah. The most successful restaurants, the most successful businesses all have a culture that actually allows people to grow and thrive.
True.
And also, so when I look at restaurants, and this is pretty much, you can talk about any business model. There's basically business models are divided into 4 categories. There's bad, good, great, outstanding, right? Any business model in the world. So I always think of it as a pyramid divided into 4 levels. Bad businesses, basically they're losing money or breaking even. Good restaurants or good businesses, they're basically, they're making a small percentage. You pay your bills. It feels okay. You have what I call roller coaster months. Like, 1 month you're good. You're like, this is awesome. Then next month you're down a little bit. And you're like a little stressed out. It's up and down, up and down. Next level up is called great. Now, when you get to that great level, now you got enough cash, enough sales, enough revenue that you're not stressed like you were at the good level. So here's the downside is this also, I say the great level is dangerous because when you get to great, you don't have that pressure that you had at good. So you don't implement at the same level.
Right.
You don't take the same action and you basically coast.
Your back's not up against the wall.
Right. And when your back's not up against the wall, you're not as ambitious or as hungry as you were. Right. You hear Tony Robbins talk about this. What's the number one thing that all entrepreneurs need? Hunger. Yes. You got to stay hungry.
Drive.
No matter what. Like you might be eating now. It doesn't mean you're going to be eating next month.
True.
And that's the problem a lot of people get into. And the problem with this at that great level is that you basically coast. Or the worst thing I would say, and this is for any business, you go into complacency.
True. Very much so.
And then complacency invites mediocrity.
Yes.
And mediocrity is the slow death of your practice.
Very true. Very true.
Yep.
And when you sit there and look at it, like I look at it from the perspective, I don't care if I've been working on this same client patient for the last 5 years. Every day that they show up and they're in my chair, they have the opportunity to hire me or fire me that day.
Exactly.
Just because of the interaction and the experience that they have. So if my mind is focused on some other shit that's extraneous, that they're not getting 100% of my attention that they're paying for 100% my skill set, my mindset, and my attention. And if I don't give that to them, hey, they make a choice, free will to say, you know what? Yep. I know that I can find something somewhere else where I'm going to be treated the way that I desire to be treated. I'm going to vote with my time and my money and my attention.
Exactly. Same thing with restaurants. Restaurants the same way. If you don't make me feel valued, I'm going to vote with my feet and go to another restaurant.
Yeah. Well, and here's one thing too. Like, I think this is one big strong correlation between dentistry and the restaurant business, and especially in ownership. There is a tremendous amount of what I would call burnout in both industries. And why do you think high performers treat exhaustion almost like a badge of honor? Like, I haven't slept in 3 days and I hate everyone. And somehow that's leadership. Like you were talking about, like with your dad, right? Being
a martyr, man. You want to get up and just be that martyr. Like, I've sacrificed so much.
And I just don't get that, man. And it's one of the things though, that if you start to take care of yourself and you start to pour into yourself, I think it starts out with, you've got to lead yourself first. Then you're going to start to lead your family. Now you can start to lead your teams. Now you can start to lead your patients. Same thing in the restaurant industry. If you start out with all those leadership formats, now you're going to be able to lead your restaurant so much better, as well as your patrons, and be able to take great care of them, making sure that they've had an incredible experience inside of your business, because that's absolutely a reflection of you. 100%.
Definitely. So, I talk about that 3P framework, where the 3P framework has to be followed in order. It's always people, then product, then process. Well, you and I have a similar framework that we also use in our business. Is called the Core 4.
Yes.
It's body, being, balanced business. Now, when you look at body, being, balanced business, when I teach that to my clients, because I teach them the same principles, I say, just like my 3P framework, it's always people, then product, then process. The Core 4 is the same way.
Yes.
Always body first.
Yes. It's that discipline.
And then being, that means your connection to your higher power. Also connect, make sure that you're taking that time to get that reflection in. And then that balance, those relationships.
Huge.
And then business.
Yes.
But like that 3P framework, almost every restaurant owner knows the combination, but they have the combination backwards. Almost the same thing. People have that Core 4 and they always start with business first.
I agree.
And then after I got a business, you know what? I might make some time for my body. You know what? If I have some time, I'll carve out a little time with my kids this week. I should probably go to Bible study. I should probably go to church on Sunday. No, the Core 4 is set up the way it is on purpose. That's why it's body, being, balanced business. It's not business, it's not backwards. Right. It's Core 4 is the way it is because it's supposed to be followed like a framework.
Absolutely. And, for those of you who are listening, when you start to take care of things that way, your amount of stress, your amount changes. Of burnout goes down. All of those things get reduced. And we were always taught, hey, let's build the business and we'll put those things on hold over here. Meanwhile, those things are burning to the ground and you're like, I'll just get to it later. Well, or someday, and then someday never comes until you're served the divorce papers, or you're diabetic, or the fact, all of these factors, and you've walked so far away from your spirituality. You have zero relationship with your kids, all because you've put that on hold, and it doesn't.
Or like me, you die. You die. That's like, you want to talk about wake up? How about dying? You want to talk about wake up? I died.
I know you had an experience, and do me a favor, share that with the listeners, because that is an experience from the amount of stress and pressure and buildup.
Total. Yeah. So here's one thing I'll say about burnout. Burnout doesn't happen to you. You allow it to happen to you. It's self-inflicted. And you wear that badge because you want to be acknowledged for it. You want that recognition that I'm working hard on area. Here's the thing. I work hard. You don't understand how hard I work. Here's the thing. No one cares how hard you work. It's not how hard you work, it's the results you get. So I was like that. So 2017, I'm working my ass off. I'm like putting in the hours. I'm working 7 a.m. to 10 p.m. almost every day. I'm hustling. I'm on calls. I'm traveling. I'm doing all this stuff. I'm going to the gym as much as I can when I can. I'm just pushing myself. And then what happens is one day, it was September 27th, 2017. I walk out of the gym, lights turn off, cardiac arrest.
Whoa.
Now, doctors understand, heart attack, you kind of feel, something's happening. I feel pain in my shoulder, my arms going numb, right? Cardiac arrest, basically, your heart just short circuits. And when your heart short circuits, it cuts off the blood to your brain. And what happens is you pass out. And only 6% of people ever recover from cardiac arrest, because most of the time you have cardiac arrest, you're at home, and a lot of times you're alone.
Yes.
And that's it. I was going to say, right place, right time. Looking back on it, like God was looking out for me. Yes. It's like, all right, I'm going to make, what's that? Psalms 23. He leads me to still waters. He makes me take a rest, right? Yes. Yeah. Like that's if you don't, best. Here's the thing I will tell you about the Bible is it is a handbook for life.
Yes.
And he makes me lay down. Here's the thing. If you don't learn how to take rest, God will make you take a rest. He's the only person I know who can make you go nighty-night real fast. Yeah. And so I was leaving the gym. I had worked out 2 hours. I'm working out hard. I wasn't eating right. I was pushing myself physically to the point of exhaustion and just pushing like maybe a lot of people listen to this podcast do.
Yes.
Yeah. Push. I just got to push harder. I just need to work harder. I need to grind more. And then I was leaving the gym, and I don't remember this, but the way it was told to me is I parked my car in front of this gun store, and I fell back and hit the window of the gun store really hard because I'm a big guy. I'm like 6'3", hit this window really hard, and I fell down. Right place, right time. The guy working the gun store at the time, he was working there part-time. He was a sheriff's deputy.
Wow.
Now, sheriff's deputy are trained in CPR.
Yeah.
He ran out to me. At the same time, there was an undercover narcotics officer pulling up to the gun store. He was going to go buy a gun. He saw his buddy, who he knew was a sheriff's deputy, run up to me. So he thought his buddy was in trouble. So he runs up to me too. He says, they said they watched my face, and my face, they saw the life drain out of my face. Wow. They checked my pulse, no pulse. Started CPR on me, brought me back. All right. Now EMS was on the closest EMS was on a call already, so they had to get the next available EMS, which was like 10 minutes away. So they kept going on CPR on me for 10 minutes.
Cow.
These guys just taking turns doing CPR on me.
That's exhausting.
Exhausting. And also too, like, you want to talk about doing CPR the right way? 2 to 7 on my right side and 3 to 8 on my left side. They broke those ribs.
Yep.
That's doing CPR the right way.
You have to compress to get that heart going.
Got to compress, right? Then EMS shows up. They back off. I died again. EMS brought me back. And then a couple of days later, I wake up in the hospital, and I remember I was in the ER, and the nurse goes, "Do you know where you are?" And I go, "No." "Do you know what happened to you?" "No." "Well, you died." I'm like, "What?" Yeah. And don't worry. You're stable. We put 3 beautiful stents in your heart, and now you basically got like a new lease on life. Wow. And talk about an extreme wake-up call. Yeah. Here's the thing I will tell everyone on this call. Don't wait.
Yes.
Whatever you want to do, whatever you want to turn around your life, reach out to Jeff. Reach out to any coach. It doesn't matter. Get someone who can help you look at your life and examine your life and really, pull back the curtain.
Yes.
Put that mirror up in front of you and really examine all the parts that I always say, the good, the bad, and the ugly parts. And we all have good. We all have some bad. And we all have some ugly parts too. But here's the thing. Most of us have blind spots. And the reason they're blind spots is we're, again, ego, pride, denial.
Yes.
It's not that bad. You know what? Hey, Jeff, it's just that time of year. Next month will be better. As soon as I get this, I got a couple things I'm working on. As soon as I get those done,
I'll be good.
Then I'll have time to focus on it.
Yeah.
No.
That's always the way it happens, isn't it? It's like, I'll get to that.
I tell all my clients I have on my hats, I have on the back of my hats, it has a great saying. I would tell everyone, you should write this down. When would now be a good time?
Now.
I get owners all the time. You know what? I should cost out my menu. When would now be a good time? I should market more. When would now be a good time? I should fire that toxic person on my team who just sucks the life out of me and my restaurant. When would now be a good time?
I love it. That is such a great saying, Donald. I appreciate you dropping that in here. All right, man. We are going to wrap up some things with some rapid fire. Okay. Rapid fire questions.
Rapid fire. Let's go, baby.
Thinking, just boom. First thing that comes to mind, and we're going to roll.
I don't know if I have enough caffeine for this.
Not a ton, just really good, but these are good. Okay. What is the biggest lie that owners are telling themselves right now?
I have to do it all myself.
Perfectly said. One metric that they ignore that's killing profit inside of the restaurant space. What's one metric that they ignore?
For me, it's basically what I call a guest check average, per person average. Mm-hmm. Because that's what's called a multiplicative KPI, which has the biggest impact. That and also turnover, because turnover lets me know how my culture's doing.
Got it. Well, and I can relate to that inside of the dental space, because when we look at things, you should break it all the way down to what am I doing for my production per hour? You should have it all reverse engineered from your target set up for first of all, what do you want to produce in the whole year? Then you backfill that into each month, also knowing these are the months that I'm going to be on vacation. And then you backfill that down into dollars per hour, because listen, if you're off a week in the month, that doesn't mean I get to produce less. That means that I've got to increase my hourly dollars per hour so that I can still provide what I am promising the practice.
Exactly.
So when we look at that, that's such a great KPI, Donald. All right.
It's a huge one. And it's also it's the easiest one to move the needle on.
Yes.
It's like with restaurants, a lot of times they say, "Oh man, I got a market to get more sales." I said, "How much you doing right now? How many people do you come in your restaurant every week?" I said, if you just increase the check average $5, it would totally change your dynamic overnight. Same thing for you guys. If I could just one extra cleaning, one extra this, one extra that, one referral.
Yes, one referral. Huge.
One referral pays for everything, man.
Hey, you know what? Yeah. You're an amazing person. I would love to see more people like you. If we've taken great care of you, please take my card and pass it along. We'll make sure that, we'll give them something on the front end, because
yes.
I'd rather give away complimentary evaluation exam x-rays for another client that's just like you. Give that away on the front end to have incredible people into your world. But
how many people are afraid to ask for referrals?
All the time. And it's so simple.
If you're good at what you do and you have a value and people like and trust you,
an obligation.
You definitely have an obligation. It is like your duty to make sure that you want to help someone else.
Yes. Donald, what's one habit that that creates freedom? I think I know your answer, but I want to hear it from you.
One habit that creates freedom for me? My time with God.
Yes. Beautiful.
Yeah.
What's the one thing that the business owners need to stop tolerating now?
Lies to themselves.
Yes. And that's like the same thing, just like you said, I'll fix that next quarter, and then they never do.
Yeah, stop lying to yourself. You're not going to fix it. You're not going to fix it.
All right. What's the one uncomfortable conversation that you think every owner needs to have happen, maybe say this week, but that they won't? What would you say is that difficult conversation that you see most of your restaurant owners shying away from?
If you have someone on your team who's not performing at the level or the standard you want, you have to have that hard conversation, and you have to basically give them the opportunity. I would say if you don't have a hard conversation with someone who's not performing, someone who's not happy in your organization, in your business, and you're holding on to them, you're being selfish.
Yes.
Because here's the thing, they might not be happy or might not be like thriving in your practice. It doesn't mean there's another practice down the road that they might actually be good at. I mean, there's people have lower standards than what your clients have. There's other dentists that have lower standards. There's other restaurants. I know other restaurants have lower standards than my clients. I was like, if someone's not performing, you have an obligation almost to sit down and say, hey, you know what? You're not happy here and you're not thriving, and I don't want to see you suffer. I want to allow you the opportunity to find a place that might be a better fit for you.
We call that.
That's the number one thing. But a lot of people, we hold on to them.
Well, we literally call that finding their happy place. That's literally
you got to find your happy place. Everyone needs to be happy. Everyone deserves to be happy.
Let me help you find your happy place, where your feet need to land, where your standards match theirs, and then that's simple.
Exactly.
All right.
Because like everyone listen to your podcast, I mean, they're high performers, high level people. Trust me, not everyone wants to play at that level, and that's okay. That's you got to understand that.
That's okay.
And a lot of owners want to do the same thing. It's like we think we can change people.
Absolutely, we do.
The only person you can change is yourself. That's it. And you have a hard time doing that. Look at we're already into February. How many people already dumped their New Year's resolutions already?
If they even ever created them.
Never created them, right? Exactly. Yeah.
Hey, listen, I really want to say something. A couple things, Donald. I know I've got a bunch of your books, but like, for example, like here, right? Your restaurant.
Your restaurant culture sucks. Yeah, that's a good one, actually.
The Savage Restaurant.
Savage Restaurant sucks.
And then he said, like, your restaurant sucks. Donald, I've read a number of your.
This is my newest one. Came out last year. Ingredients.
I love that.
And I have another one coming out end of this month. It's called Restaurantology.
Perfect. And see, you have more books that would take up too much room on my desk, so I don't have enough room on everything. But here's the thing.
I gotta send you more books. You only have a couple. I gotta send you more books, man.
Here's the thing that I love. I've read Donald's books, and I've taken things from his books and implemented his ways that he's talked about culture, especially inside of my practice, that has made such a significant impact and difference. So Donald, thank you for that. And I want you guys to realize there is so many things that we can find outside of our industry. And that's one of the reasons I wanted to bring Donald on here today is one, he's an amazing coach. He's an incredible man. He's one of the most giving people that I've ever met. And he's just a wealth of knowledge. And I appreciate you, Donald. You can see that it wasn't just about restaurants or dentistry. It was about leadership, identity, building something that doesn't burn your life down, and building something that actually has the opportunity to create impact. And before we go, Donald, if somebody does want to find your books or how to get a hold of you, what's the best way to do that?
I'm going to leave you with two things real quick. Number one is I'll give you my number one business mantra, and this applies to any business in the world. It's on the board behind me. All business problems are people problems.
For sure.
And number 2, if you want to reach out to me, all you have to do is just go to therestaurantcoach.com.
Beautiful. Thank you, Donald.
Yeah.
Donald,
make it easy.
You do make it easy. And again, I appreciate you. Thank you so much for being here.
I appreciate you, my friend. You are an incredible man, you are also an inspiration to me.
Thank you.
The way that you are so consistent with your habits. You makes me sure. There's times like in the morning I'll wake up and I'm like, I don't really feel like going to the gym. But then I see your Instagram, I'm like, all right, Jeff's already hitting it. I gotta go now.
Brother, much appreciation. Thank you so much for dropping all the value bombs today.
You,
love you. Appreciate you. Have an amazing
brother,
day.
Appreciate
to
you,
everybody else, I hope you got something super valuable and useful out of this. Until next time, peace, love, take care.
Thanks for listening to the show. If this podcast episode resonated with you, make sure to reach out and send me a direct message on Instagram at Dr. Jeff Buski. That's dr.jeffbuske. Look forward to chatting with you. Till next time.